gentlemen, it's time for the Knoxville High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Knoxville News Sentinel. Presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans of Tennessee.
Competition. It has defined you since you were a little kid. Shouting the loudest, running the fastest. This passion grew into a love for all sports. It consumed you. But in high school, something changed. You're not just competing. You're part of something bigger. Wearing your jersey to school on game day means something. You have school spirit. Pride in your school makes your heart bigger, weaknesses fewer. That part of you that wants to crush it every time you step on the track, it's stronger too. That's why you don't complain about workouts at 6 a.m. And school pride isn't exclusive to you and your teammates. Your coach has it. Screaming grandparents in the stands, they have it too. That lump in your throat you get when you run onto the field before the game, that's what happens when you represent a legacy. A school spirit can come from a great mascot and school colors. It can come from dominating a team rival across town. But to your friends, parents, and the community, school spirit comes from you.
The spirit of competition in our high schools has never been stronger. We support the parents, teachers, and coaches of all the student athletes of Tennessee. We support you.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. Yeah, you know, do you know my name? Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby LeBar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, 2 former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? The awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Julia Burrows of Maryville High School.
Julia Burrows has been among the best swimmers in the Knoxville area ever since her freshman year. The junior placed second at the state meet in 2 events, the 200-yard freestyle and the 500 free. This past fall, Burrows gave a verbal commitment to the University of Tennessee.
Congratulations, Julia. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Wes Tate of Maryville High School.
Wes Tate is the male swimmer of the year and was incredible in the water. The senior placed first in the 100-yard freestyle and 200 free at the Knox area interscholastic swim meet. He added 2 medals at the state meet, taking runner-up in the 200-yard freestyle and third in the 500 free.
Congratulations, Wes.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
Four-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors. Golf, presented by the Cutting Edge Lawn and Landscaping.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Golf of the Year is Lexanne Halama of Farragut High School.
Farragut star Lexanne Halama finished her high school career as one of the state's best golfers. The senior placed in the state tournament every season, including finishing 8th in 2020 with a 149. Halama will continue her golf career at the University of Illinois.
Congratulations, Lexanne. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Golf of the Year is Lance Simpson of Farragut High School.
Lance Simpson won the large class state championship and helped Farragut win the boys state title, the school's first since 2014. The senior posted the second best score in tournament history with a 131. He will continue his golf career at the University of Tennessee.
Congratulations, Lance.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are And the Knoxville Female Volleyball Player of the Year is Cassie Kirshen of Knoxville Catholic High School.
Cassie Kirshen led Knoxville Catholic to the state tournament all 4 seasons of her high school career, including an appearance in the Division II AA semifinals her senior season. The libero recorded 685 digs and 50 aces for the Lady Irish. She will continue her volleyball career at Penn State.
Congratulations, Cassie.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Tennis Player of the Year is Maeve Thornton of Knoxville Catholic High School.
Maeve Thornton emerged this past season as perhaps the best tennis player in the state. She closed out her sophomore year as the #1 ranked player in Tennessee, according to tennisrecruiting.net. Thornton helped Knoxville Catholic win the Division II 2A team championship. She then won the individual singles title and did not lose a set in the state tournament.
Congratulations, Maeve. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Tennis Player of the Year is Wilder Dewhurst of Webb School of Knoxville.
Wilder Dewhurst was only a sophomore, but he was still Knoxville Webb's #1 player in 2020. Dewhurst helped his team reach the Division II 1A team finals. He also paired with teammate Alex Juergens to capture the state doubles championship.
Congratulations, Wilder.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross-country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year is Maddie Archdale of Hardin Valley Academy.
Maddie Archdale already has the look of a rising star. The Hardin Valley freshman won the Large School Region 2 title as the only runner to post a sub-20-minute score. She then finished 12th at the TSSAA State Meet in 18 minutes, 36.34 seconds.
Congratulations, Maddie. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Caden Keller of Hardin Valley Academy.
Caden Keller paced a Hardin Valley team that ran away with the Large School State title at the TSSAA Cross Country Championships. The junior was one of just a handful of runners to run a sub-16-minute race, finishing 4th overall.
Congratulations, Caden.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
You put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tri-colored rented shoes and rode a ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes. The Kansas native has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are the Knoxville Female Bowler of the Year is Lucy Edwards of South Doyle High School.
It was an impressive senior season for South Doyle High School's Lucy Edwards, who finished 21st in the Division I State Girls Bowling Tournament and posted an average of more than 175 points throughout the season. Both figures represented improvements over her totals as a junior, and Edwards also earned Knoxville News All-Prep honors.
Way to go, Lucy! And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Bowler of the Year is Devin Littlejohn of Hardin Valley Academy.
Devin Littlejohn is Knoxville's Boys Bowler of the Year after cruising to a Division I state championship, bowling a .238 in the final round. Littlejohn became Hardin Valley Academy's first individual state champion. He also bowled a .264 in the semifinals, the highest score of the weekend.
Congratulations, Devin.
Good evening. I'm Anthony Kimbrough with Farm Bureau Health Plans. This time last year, we thought we'd be with you in person this evening. And although we are not all seated in a theater tonight, we're confident Tennessee Sports Awards nominees will soon be walking that red carpet again. And whether in person or virtual, this is the 6th time our company has sponsored the High School Sports Awards in Memphis, Knoxville, and Nashville. And it's the 6th time I've had the privilege then of speaking to you, the best of our state student athletes and their families and friends. I'm thankful we still have the opportunity to celebrate you, the young men and women who have contributed so much of your time and talent to high school athletics across this state, especially in light of the significant challenges we all face, and especially you over the past year. And though we may be spread out across Tennessee once again in this virtual environment, our pride in your achievements has never been greater. You have most certainly earned the awards being announced this evening, along with our sincere congratulations. Thank you for allowing Farm Bureau Health Plans to celebrate you.
Let's move on to a very impressive award.
And now, the Farm Bureau Health Plans of Tennessee Leadership Award.
Here are your finalists.
And the winner is Carter Satterfield of Sevier County High School. Carter Satterfield is a member of the Sevier County baseball team and is a drum major with the marching band. He's a leader on both, but is also a leader away from the baseball diamond and the school. Satterfield has received the Sevier County High School Community Service Award of Distinction and the Principal's Leadership Award. He spends his time doing volunteer work, working with the Special Olympics, and several other organizations. Congratulations, Carter.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Dominique Romaine of Hardin Valley Academy.
Dominique Romaine did so much for Hardin Valley's track and field team. The senior placed in 3 events at the large class state championships. Romaine took 2nd in the log jump, 3rd in the 100-meter dash, and 7th in the 200. She will continue her track and field career at Yale.
Congratulations, Dominique. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Christian Langlois of Bearden High School.
Without a doubt, Christian Langlois was the fastest runner in the state of Tennessee. The senior sprinter won the 100 meters and 200 meters at the large class state championships. He won the 100 with a blistering time of 10.43 seconds and the 200 in 21.09.
Congratulations, Christian.
It is called the beautiful game. And with 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world, I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Soccer Player of the Year is Kayla Barr of Maryville High School.
Kayla Barr was one of the top goal scorers in the Knoxville area, recording a team-high 29 goals in 2020. The sophomore forward was named the Region Player of the Year and helped lead Maryville to the Class AAA state tournament. Barr was also named to the United Soccer Coaches All-South team.
Congratulations, Kayla. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Male Soccer Player of the Year is Timmy Omita-Omu of Farragut High School.
One of the best forwards in the Knoxville area, Timmy Omita-Omu was a goal-scoring machine for the Admirals. The senior was MVP of District 4 3A, as well as being an all-region and all-state selection. He helped lead Farragut to the Class 3A state tournament, recording 26 goals and 9 assists.
Congratulations, Timmy.
And now it's time for some very meaningful awards. And the winner is...
Jill Pruden was honored with the 2020 Morgan Wooten Award this academic year for her work with the girls basketball team at Oak Ridge High School. The former Michigan State star led Oak Ridge for 31 years, retiring in 2010 as the third winningest coach in Tennessee State history. Her teams won 3 state championships, the last in 1997, and over 50 of her players went on to receive college scholarships. Pruden's lifetime achievement in basketball includes the Oak Ridge Sports Hall of Fame, the Knoxville Sports Hall of Fame, and the TSSAA Hall of Fame. She coached the USA basketball team, winning a bronze medal in the World Youth Games in Moscow in 1998.
Congratulations, great job. Desmond, I guess it goes without saying that we both have a special place in our hearts for this next award.
Is it time to talk football, Laura?
It sure is. And while we both spend a lot of our time talking college football, if you've picked up a pigskin just once in your life, you're probably familiar with our next presenter.
No doubt. He's considered by many to be one of the greatest and most accurate quarterbacks of all time. And last season, at 37 years young, he took home the MVP crown. Here presenting the awards in football is none other than Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career. Football, presented by the Tennessee Titans.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumble-rooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Football Player of the Year is Gray Carroll of Alcoa High School.
Gray Carroll helped lead Alcoa High School to its 6th straight Class 3A state football championship. Carroll recorded 67 total tackles, 23.5 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. The senior defensive end was named Mr. Football for Class 3A, and he will continue his career at Georgia Tech next season.
Congratulations, Gray. I hope you follow in the footsteps of another Alcoa great, Randall Cobb.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Що може дати вам більше преимущество в конкуренції не думаєте? Here are your honorees for the Female Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Knoxville Female Wrestler of the Year is Ella Murphy of Hardin Valley Academy.
Ella Murphy made her presence felt, winning a state championship at 190 pounds to solidify herself as Knoxville's top girls wrestler. Murphy won a perfect 15-0 en route to the state title, including 3 straight pins at the TSSAA state championship. She then went on to finish second in her age group at USA Wrestling's Folk Style Nationals in the 200-pound division to earn All-American status, becoming just the 3rd Hardin Valley Academy wrestler to ever achieve such honors.
Congratulations, Ella. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Knoxville Male Wrestler of the Year is Kodiak Kennedy of Greenville High School.
Make it 3 consecutive state championships for Greenville High School junior Kodiak Kennedy, who won the Class A AA state championship at 160 pounds this winter. Kennedy went 28-1 this season and was also Tennessee's Region 1 champion at 160. Greenville has never had a wrestler win 4 state championships. Kennedy hopes to change that next season.
Congratulations, Kodiak.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins. Not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today, its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest growing team sport in North America.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabel, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. Here are your honorees for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Knoxville Female Lacrosse Player of the Year goes to Mackenzie Cates of Seymour High School.
Mackenzie Cates finished her high school career with 145 goals and is one of the best lacrosse players to come out of Seymour. The senior midfielder led Seymour to the state semifinals, recording 38 goals with 12 assists and 57 draw controls. She will continue her lacrosse career at Presbyterian College.
Congratulations, Mackenzie. And now, for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Sam Beal of Webb School of Knoxville.
Sam Beal was a stud for Knoxville Webb's lacrosse team. Not only did the senior play the attack position for the Spartans, but he was also the one who did face-offs. Beal led Webb with 27 goals and 13 assists. He also recorded 84 ground balls and went 63% from the face-off circle.
Congratulations, Sam.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents. Going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the community.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there is that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Softball Player of the Year is Caitlin Riley of Jefferson County High School.
Not only was Caitlin Riley one of the best pitchers in the Knoxville area and the state, she was also one of the best hitters. The senior helped lead Jefferson County to a state championship as a sophomore in 2019. This year, she went 18-3 as a pitcher, allowing only 7 earned runs and striking out 235 batters. She hit .567 with 11 home runs, 33 RBIs, and 42 runs scored. She is signed to play softball at Ole Miss.
Congratulations, Caitlin.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Baseball Player of the Year is Logan Sutton of Powell High School.
Logan Sutton emerged as a star for Powell this season. Not only was he named the Player of the Year in District 3-3A, he was also named the winner of the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association Mr. Baseball Award. The East Tennessee State signee hit .421 with 10 home runs and 41 RBIs and helped take Powell to the state sectionals.
Congratulations, Logan.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Female Basketball Player of the Year is Jennie Finch of Mayerville High School.
It's not a stretch to say Jennie Finch is the greatest player in Mayerville High School history. The senior forward finished her career with more than 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. She averaged 19 points and 9 rebounds per game this season, leading Mayerville to the state semifinals. She is signed to play at Iowa State next year.
Congratulations, Jennie. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are Knoxville's Male Basketball Player of the Year is B.J. Edwards of Knoxville Catholic High School.
B.J. Edwards solidified himself as Knoxville's best player in 2021, winning Tennessee's Mr. Basketball Award after leading Knoxville Catholic to the Division II AA state semis. The four-star recruit averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. Edwards is being courted by Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, and Virginia Tech, and the 6'3" guard plans to make a decision next fall.
Congratulations, BJ.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow.
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for Knoxville is Anna Tegan Fisher of Alcoa High School.
She said, "Mom, I want to wrestle." I said, "Well, honey, there's no girls wrestling." Then, lo and behold, one day a little girl showed up. So I said, "Okay, go ahead."
I like the competition, how it made me better. I like winning, and I like being a good sport, whenever you win or lose. Even though I have a disability, and a lot of people probably think that you can't wrestle, and I show them that I can wrestle. Even girls can wrestle.
If she wanted to try something, I would say, "Tegan, go try it. You can do it. You can do it." And if she failed, she'd say, "Mom, I got pinned," or "Mom, I didn't make 100 on my test," or whatever it was. I'd say, "That's okay. Try again. You can do it."
My courage comes from knowing Jesus and for what He has done for me.
Congratulations, Anna.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 2 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish?
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay, guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Knoxville Team of the Year is Austin East High School Boys Soccer.
The Austin East boys soccer team made plenty of program history this season. The Roadrunners won the first district championship in school history, added its first region tourney title, and reached the state tournament for the first time, making it all the way to the final. The state game against Gatlinburg-Pittman was a wild affair that saw regulation end tied at 3 goals apiece. Gatlinburg-Pittman took a 4-3 lead in overtime, and the Roadrunners answered to send the game to penalty kicks. That's where history was made for Austin East, which prevailed 3-1 in the shootout to capture the program's first ever state title. The final score was 5-4.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now for the Coach of the Year. And the finalists are and the Knoxville Coach of the Year is Brad Woolsey of Greenville High School.
Brad Woolsey helped guide Greenville to its first boys basketball state championship in school history. The Green Devils went 32-6 overall and won their last 17 games. In the Class 2A state final, Greenville came out hot and led Jackson Southside by 15 points at the half. But the game tightened down the stretch, and the Devils prevailed with a 47-46 victory for state.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans of Tennessee.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Cassie Kirshen, a senior at Knoxville Catholic High School. Campbell Penland, a senior at Northview Academy. And Avery Strickland, a junior at Farragut High School.
And Knoxville's Female Athlete of the Year is Avery Strickland of Farragut High School.
The ultimate all-around athlete, Avery Strickland's story spanned 2 seasons for Farragut High School this year. She played basketball and softball for the Lady Admirals and was among the area's top players in both sports. Also an honoree for Female Basketball Player of the Year, she averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals this season. She'll pursue the sport at the next level after committing to West Virginia in December. The 6'1" guard with a smooth stroke from the three-point arc chose the Mountaineers over other suitors like Iowa State, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati. Strickland's skills extend to the spring in the softball diamond, where she helped Farragut win the Class 3A state title. She's the perfect leadoff hitter, batting an incredible .637 while piling up 58 hits. Versatile, talented, and going places, Strickland had a junior year that was truly something special.
Congratulations, Avery.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans of Tennessee.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Kevin Burkett, a senior at Gatlinburg Pittman High School. Gray Carroll, a senior at Alcoa High School. And BJ Edwards, a junior at Knoxville Catholic High School.
And Knoxville's Male Athlete of the Year is BJ Edwards of Knoxville Catholic School.
Already considered one of the best Knoxville area basketball players ever, the sky is the limit for now rising senior BJ Edwards. Tennessee's Mr. Basketball for Division II 2A, Edwards proved this season that he's one of the best point guards in the country, ranked number 17 at the position by ESPN. It's no wonder that he's being pursued hard by the University of Tennessee. His stock is certainly rising after he averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and scored at a 52% clip as a junior. A year after leading Catholic to the state championship and earning tourney MVP honors, Edwards guided the Fighting Irish back to the semifinals this season and will enter his senior year well on pace to eclipse 2,000 career points. With multiple scholarship offers in hand, the only question now is how high Edwards can climb in 2021.
Congratulations, BJ.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.